All right. This is the day after, actually. Um, there was no way that I could have um, made a video on it yesterday. I was really sad yesterday, and my emotions were still all over the place because I went in and, according to my last menstrual period, which she had asked me, were your periods consistent? And I was like, yeah, every single month, like literally right on the dot, every single time. So she was like, well, then you should be about 6 weeks. And I was like, okay. So she's like, I don't know if we're going to see anything on there or not, but if we do, it's possible that it could just be a yolk sac or something. Because I had asked her if she saw anything, if I could at least record it for my little one to see it. So she was like, yeah, if I see something, you most definitely can. And so she said, well, I don't see anything on the ultrasound, and I don't see anything in the tubes. I don't see anything. So I went and did my blood work and then went back there to see the doctor. And the doctor was like, have you been having like any bleeding or any heavy cramping or anything? And I was like, no, none of that. Besides some mucousy brown discharge and that couple of days where I had the burning pain, I was like, I haven't had anything else. And she's like, well, literally there's nothing in there. So there's nothing in the tubes. There's nothing anywhere. So either A, you already miscarried, which I don't, it just sounds weird to me because you said you haven't had any bleeding or any pain. So I don't know. She's like, we're still going to check your blood work and make sure like your HCG is down or that it's not doubling or anything like that. Like, and so I was like, so pretty much we're still in limbo because they don't see nothing on the ultrasound. So it looks like a miscarriage or a chemical pregnancy, but then blood work could show otherwise. I have no idea. So I pretty much in my head yesterday said, don't get excited for it. It's not probably going to be anything. But I guess I'm just kind of waiting now for the final HCG numbers. And then I said, well, what happens if my HCG numbers come back high? Like, what would happen then? If there's nothing in there, but then the numbers are getting higher, like, what does that mean? And she said, well, then we would continue testing you and we would continue doing ultrasounds. And I said, okay. So then I was like, so I'm still, so anyways, I still don't have the full indefinite answers yet. I wish that I did, but they're supposed to be calling me today to let me know. I'm super nervous now more than anything because I also had my Well Women's exam as well back on Valentine's Day, and I received an email last night talking from a lab place saying, your results are in, so please create a account so you can see your lab results. Well, I called my doctor today because I received 2 emails back to back saying that, and scams and shit. So I wasn't expecting anything from a lab, so I've never experienced that before or got that. So I called my doctor this morning just to ask them if, hey, is this a scam or is it legit? Like, do you go through this lab and stuff like that? She's like, yes, we do go through that lab. Your labs came back, and I don't know if she meant just the HCG numbers or if she meant the pap smear results as well. Like, I don't know what all labs she was talking about, but she was like, yeah, it came back last night after our office closed, and doctor's going to be calling you and discussing them. And I said, okay, so it's legit then, so I can go and register to have it. And she's like, well, in all honesty, if I was you, I wouldn't go and do that. I would wait for the doctor to call you to discuss your lab results. And I've never had anyone ever tell me that before. But then again, I never had anybody ever like I never had a lab send me results before either. So I am super nervous. I'm super scared. I'm not gonna lie. But I guess what I'll do is wait until I get the results to let y'all know about the pregnancy or whatever. But so yeah, we're still in limbo, but I'm trying not to think about it happening anymore. I'm trying to just come to peace with it, that it's just not meant to be. It's not the right time. The Lord will allow things to happen in the right time. So I just need to be calm and wait for that phone call. And we'll see. Okay, guys. So my doctor, well, not the doctor herself, but the nurse called me and was like, hey, I have your results for you. And I was like, oh, good. Did my pap smear come back? And she was like, oh, yeah, that came back, but I'm so sorry. Sarah didn't even look at that yet. Because I think what is going on is that they're so worried or so like prioritizing the pregnancy that I don't think that they really care too much to talk about anything else besides the pregnancy, which is fine with me, but at the same time, I have endometriosis, so I'm scared one day that they're gonna say you need another surgery or you need anyways, because I've already had surgery to remove endometrial tissue. We could talk about that later if anybody wants to know about it, like if you guys need to talk about it or want to talk about it. Anyways, so the nurse was like, well, we need you to come back tomorrow because we need to do another blood draw of HCG because for some weird reason your number went up and we don't know why. They were expecting to see that the number went down. They literally were expecting to see a lower number than 95. So for those of you that didn't watch before, or if I didn't say it in this video, I don't know, I'm all over the place, but last week on Monday was the 13th, I went to the hospital with burning pain on my right side. They said that my numbers were 120.9. Then 2 days later at my doctor's office, they said that the number had dropped to 95. So then my doctor was like, well, I want you next week to go ahead and do an ultrasound and to do your numbers. Okay. So then this time it went up to 357. So after them not seeing anything on the ultrasound yesterday, they pretty much told me that like the numbers will most likely come back less than what it was because it looks like as if you already miscarried, but it doesn't make sense because haven't been having any bleeding, haven't been having any pain, but in my mind, I'm just telling myself it's not going to happen because I'm tired of the yo-yo. I'm tired of like 1 minute I'm getting excited, then the next minute I'm being told that it's a miscarriage, then the next minute this. I'm just tired of the roller coaster, so it's just easier for me to say it's a miscarriage and it's not meant to be, and this is God's way of telling me right this second is not the time, you know. We will be okay. Like I know that this is a sign. If I'm not, and this doesn't happen, I know that this is a sign that this is telling me and my body that I can get pregnant. I can, because I was supposed to go for testing as of this month, February. I was supposed to go in for testing and find out why I wasn't getting pregnant for the entire like year and a half that I tried, why it wasn't working out, you know, and they wanted to do more extensive testing to see if I needed things like IVF and things like that. And this kind of confirmed it, that I can at least still get pregnant. So that gives me hope. Them saying that it wasn't the tube made me feel better, but then now I'm still in limbo because I'm like, but what if they just don't see it in the tube yet? You know, like it just makes me feel all kinds of ways. So the number's at 357. I go tomorrow to get my blood work done. And so I probably won't know any answers until probably Monday, the 27th. So I will probably have to wait throughout the weekend before seeing anything, or unless I make a thing with the lab thing, because I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that, so that if it comes back over the weekend, at least I'll have my own answers and my own peace of mind, instead of waiting all weekend long just for a nurse to tell me something that I could just literally look at a computer and tell. But yeah, 357, it went up. It's a slow rise. Could be something, could not. I don't know, but stay tuned and I'll let you guys know on, hopefully throughout the weekend or by Monday, what numbers are. But as of right now, no other symptoms besides gas pain and the random brown discharge and a number that's slowly rising. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll know something else soon. And as you can tell, I am so sorry that there hasn't been any cooking videos. They're coming. They're coming. I promise. I kind of took off this week to 2 weeks to just focus on this and to let my brain just think about one thing at a time, because I have something else really big in the background that I'm not going to talk about, but that's going on as well. And so I didn't feel like thinking about doing cooking videos and things like that. And also I do have an update about what I want to talk about, but that will be in another video maybe next week. But I'm thinking something like grocery hauls coming up and things like that. Yeah, I'm thinking about all those things. And I'm excited for them. So if you will, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you like this content. It won't always be pregnancy related. That's just what it happens to be this week, because I'm trying to help out anybody that I can that is going through the same issues that I'm going through. And obviously weird HCG numbers and stuff. So we'll see what happens. But thank you guys for watching and stay tuned. I'll keep you guys updated. And I hope you all have a good weekend. Bye.